This is a Kanye leak.
Donda.
Gotta make sure I show up that I own the album.
Yeah, all
on
rights
this little
reserved.
ball.
You turned down one of the stems,
Yeah,
bro.
I turned the vocals off so they can't
They'll never
DMCA
catch
us.
us. They'll never catch us. Prosecify me. Just a prosecond. That was the dumbest thing I ever thought of.
He didn't respond to that.
I guess it wasn't good.
I was just in my head being like, damn, I haven't had my Prosecco yet.
You were in your head like, damn, that was such a good joke. I'll never write anything better than that. I should just quit comedy.
I gotta quit right now.
Donda, donda.
Yeah, this technically you get pretty much like any CD he never officially made a real CD. Like Donda, Donda 2, and Jesus is King they're all on this bitch.
Oh, okay. So he was like, I want physical releases for these.
I think like what I've like read, because although we love to pretend Kanye is our friend, I don't really know the man. I don't know his true intentions with this.
It's okay
but
to read.
I'm kind of what I'm gathering from my readings is
My studies.
I went to the study last night. I was working up a storm trying to figure out why. Why did I buy this stem player? Why did I get Donda 2 for $200 a year ago before I even knew it was coming out?
You knew it was coming out, dude.
I didn't know it was coming out. I bought this for the Donda 1 album.
But that was available on other platforms, was it not? Or was Donda 1 only stem player as well?
Donda 1 was on streaming. But here's the thing. That was his last album for his record contract. So I think for this one, he's basically like, because right now, like for most album sales until a couple of years ago, they like changed the rules on merch bundling and stuff for like counting your sales of records. Like before you could be like, all right, this t-shirt comes with a CD.
Yeah.
That counts as a sale. They kind of threw that out the window. And I don't think he's going down that rabbit hole right now, but basically, a stream off Spotify, like I think he was saying like 1 million streams is like basically $5,000.
Okay.
This, he gets 100% of the profits from. He doesn't have to, give any money to the label anymore.
They said
like they did like $1 million of sales with this in like the first 12 to 24 hours.
I was gonna say I'm gonna
before the album even came out.
I'm gonna quote a bad memorization of a probably wrong statistic that somebody told me today. So it's 2 degrees of incorrect. But apparently he did the equivalent of what would have taken 220,000 album sales, revenue-wise, in one day.
Yeah,
with this thing.
exactly
Because of how much, And I was telling people it's kind of like...
it was only like a couple thousand sales of it.
But that's the thing. Like Kanye, he's a fashionista. He's a fashion guy. And the principles of the fashion industry, which I, with my retro troll face shirt, can freely
Very
speak
fashionable.
upon. I can speak upon the fashion.
And it's not even retro.
But
it's a new troll face shirt.
a new retro.
You bought a new retro.
Well, I used to have another trollfish shirt and I lost it, and I thought, if there's one shirt I'm buying myself ever, it's gonna be another trollface shirt. And
you did it.
I did it. I had to do it. It was my only choice. And but what he's doing, he's kind of taking a fashion approach, I feel like, to this, is because when new shoes drop or new Supreme drop or something like that, it's not about getting it out to everybody at a fair price. It's about getting it out to a select group of people that are willing to pay the premium price. And then you get to walk around with the only pair of this shoes in your city.
I get to be the only one with Donda 2 on the stem player.
Exactly. Boom. That's what it is, dude. That's what it is. And that, kind of makes sense to me. I was looking at it from a musician standpoint. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck the industry, bro. Who needs sales? But I think that there's an element of that too, where he's like kind of putting a big middle finger up to the big music platforms, the industry as a whole.
I think what he's doing is just kind of highlighting and spotlighting how fucked up the music industry is.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, yeah, my album from 2010 finally made me this much money. Damn. I made this in one day right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just because I own all of this.
Mm-hmm. That is, it's kind of like what Louis did by having his stuff on his website and stuff. Like I dropped the $10 to watch the Louis special.
It is very similar because it's also like people like I don't think like a younger artist would succeed doing this.
Definitely not.
Like this wouldn't. The only person I remember kind of doing this a while ago.
So you're saying the LFTS stem player where you can
turn
down me, turn up you, turn you down, turn
exactly,
and that's all you can do.
2-track pod player.
That might not sell as high.
That might not hit the shelves anytime soon, but we can dream.
We can dream.
But I had this epiphany the other day. Do you remember when in like 2016 or 17, Soulja Boy put out the Soulja Game?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just kind of like, a similar thing that happened. But in that case, like Soulja Boy was like, all right, let me set up like, I'm going to talk to some manufacturer in China, get a fucking fake Game Boy that plays ROMs, and then have it marked up Soulja Boy, and I'm going to sell it. And that's merch, that's merch. But people flamed the shit out of it. People flamed the shit out of Soulja Boy.
Mm-hmm. The world wasn't ready.
He's an icon living.
Yeah.
He invented...
Some might even call him a living icon.
A living legend. He invented the stem player. I'm calling it right now. He basically did.
He really...
And people gave him shit for it.
His claims to fame are like highly contested. But when
Most
you really
of his
look
claims
into
to fame are, I did it first. And every time you look into it, he did.
He did do that first.
He did it first.
Now, does Kanye acknowledge this?
I think Kanye likes Soulja Boy now.
Did Soulja Boy fuck Kim Kardashian before Kanye did?
No, I don't think so.
So Kanye did kind of.
I mean, he might have fucked her.
He might have.
I mean, Ray J started the fucking Kim
Ray
Kardashian.
Ray J did invent that.
He was the first one to fuck Kim Kardashian.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Her sex tape was her first time.
You're still a virgin until your sex tape has been globally available. So technically, we're both virgins.
You're only a virgin until your sex tape is top 10 on every porn site for the last decade.
Yeah, well, technically, Michael Beckman was the first one to fuck Kim Kardashian, since our friend Michael Beckman has fucked every girl.
But that's also the rule along with that is that she's still a virgin because every girl has fucked Michael Beckman. Therefore, that's like, multiplying something by 0.
Yes.
Yeah, it goes back to 0.
Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page. Mm-hmm. So the exclusive Donda is out now if you have. How much? $200?
$200 for the stem player. Which when I bought it, I was like, only one album's going to be on this? Sure, I'll buy it. This will be a fun toy.
Yeah.
Little did I know, I would be here 6 months later, finally using it again to listen to the second Donda album.
With more stems, dude.
More
DJ
stems.
Nightwing. What was your DJ name again?
DJ Downpour.
Are you sure it wasn't Nightwing?
No, it wasn't.
I wish it was Nightwing, dude. DJ Downpour.
I liked these 2 Australian DJs when I was in high school called DJ Kotz and DJ Ravine.
Oh, I thought it was
and I was
DJ.
like,
Okay.
ooh, I like the water
What's
of
Kotz?
Ravine. Cott's nothing to do with that. I just liked him. But Ravine, that's where I was like, what's
Yes.
better than water rushing down
Not
the stream?
much. Not much.
Water rushing down from the sky.
That's true. That's true. It's
DJ
cleaner, baby.
Downpour, baby.
Honestly,
and you get the alliteration.
I wish you kind of stuck with the DJ thing because that's a
Yeah.
sick name. And now I'm taking that name.
Nah, dude.
I'm DJ Downpour.
Yeah, I'm still that him.
I gotta think of a fucking another water-related DJ thing to cop your style. In the meantime,
DJ Osmosis.
that's kind of sick.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
DJ Osmosis. I was thinking about that, like, how do names really matter for like anything? Because like you think about it, but like I like to imagine like The Weeknd, for instance. Like
Yeah.
The Weeknd before he's The Weeknd. Like he's just a dude recording music in his friend's house or however he started out. I assume everybody started out exactly like me. When The Weeknd is recording in his friend's garage, he's sitting there and people go, "Oh shit, you make music? What's your name?" And he's like, "The Weeknd." And they're like, "Weeknd?
Really?
The Weeknd? Yeah, but there's no third
The
E.
Weeknd?
There's no third E. It's just the week and D." And they're like, okay. And like, then he becomes famous, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, The Weeknd. And it's just like second nature to be like, yeah, that's a name, you know? Or like Marshmello. DJ Marshmello. People are like, "Yo, you make music? Oh shit, what's your name?" And he's like, "Marshmello."
It's like, but you don't get it. I put a marshmallow on my head.
I can see that. You're wearing it right now. Actually, this is a poor example because you're wearing a marshmallow costume right now.
I forget that I had this on sometimes.
It's like, how much does it really matter? I have to wonder. Let me just start this next topic by saying, live from the studio, I'm Jimmy Selesky.
I'm Eric Glazer. And go on our YouTube or anything that has the video and see the new quality. Let's see if this is a little better or not.
Yeah, we're reporting live through Instagram filters right
We're
now, apparently.
finagling a little extra saturation and resolution.
Face tuning our stuff right now. We're recording live through a 22-year-old college girl's Instagram app right now. That's
Yeah.
nice. I think it looks sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that's very fitting because your iMac is cracked, just like their phone screen would be.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is my new phone, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking walk around. Speaking of new phones, I got it. I'm not using it. I can't let this go. I got it in the mail, and it was like, all right, all you got to do now is turn it on. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle that right now, dude.
I don't know if I can do that. I know I got to send this old phone back, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it said you have to once you activate this phone, you have 30 days to mail it back. I'm like, I better plan this out because I know if I turn it on now, I have until
the countdown starts ticking.
30 days. 30 days for me to take the box from my 11th floor apartment to the outgoing mail slot in the bottom of my apartment building. 30 days. But I got to do a lot of stuff before I do that, dude. I got to clear all my stuff. I got to take all my pictures off. I got to take my notes, my thousands of gigabytes of useless voice recordings that date all the way back to 2015. Most of them are just hour-long recordings of which the first 30 seconds are me either humming an idea or like blacked-outedly ranting into my phone about something that pissed me off, and then forgetting. And then it's just me like asleep for another 59 minutes and 30 seconds. But you gotta save that, dude. You gotta save that, you know, because you never know when you're gonna need another sound sample.
Exactly.
You know, I luckily
You snoring.
there's plenty of that, dude. There's I recently used a voice recording for one of our news promos where it was like I took like the original voice recording from 2019 of me waking up and humming the song idea that I had in a dream, and then I juxtaposed it, crossfaded into the chorus of the actual song.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, I still had that fucking recording.
Yeah, for
Now,
real.
granted, I did fudge the data a little bit because the original recording was done at 7:29 a.m., which for me is the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know, but I was afraid that when I put it out there as recorded at 7:29 in the morning, people weren't going to understand. Like, dude,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
woke up from a dead sleep and then went back to bed.
Yeah.
You know, I think 7:29 a.m. is like, okay, cool. You woke up, you had your morning coffee, you thought of a nice idea, you hummed
Yeah,
in your...
most people seeing that, they're not going to understand.
So I changed it to 4:29 a.m. And I justified it being like, LA time, baby.
I was in LA then.
Yeah. You know, but that's the stuff you got to do. And then, as you know, I updated my Mac. I thought, you know, I want to finally, for the first time in my life, be an adult and stop torrenting stuff, dude. Stop illegally downloading these things that you use as a professional now. When I first got this studio, I illegally torrented Logic Pro, which is the recording
You
software.
were a boy.
I was a boy. I was but a boy. And this most recent go around, I realized that my old version of Logic is no longer really working that well with my updated Mac. And my updated Mac is like the update from 6 years ago. But that's pretty fucking new for around here. And so I'm thinking like, all right, dude, it's $200 to download, to buy Logic. I'm going to get the new version, and I'm going to be like an official professional. So I go on the App Store, and the App Store goes, I click purchase. It's like, all right, cool. I hate that they don't tell you sooner that it's not going to work. I don't like how long they let you go into the process, which is really a short
didn't
process.
work.
Oh, it did not work.
Okay,
It did not
damn.
work. Spoiler alert, this story does not end normally. A terrible story if I was just like, yeah, so
Yeah.
I bought it and it's working great. No road bumps.
State of the art, top of the line, brand new features.
I wish something off kilter happened so I could have a better story, but you know me, it just went so smoothly. It's like, God damn it. God damn it.
What am I going to talk about on the podcast now?
Just once, I wish something would go awry. So I get this thing and I click purchase, and it's like, all right, cool. The computer version of that, which is like, okay, type in your password. Like, yeah, we're down. We're down. And I'm like, all right,
for it.
cool. Here's my password. Blah blah blah. And it's like, oh like the computer version of like, oh, dude. Actually, turns out your like Mac software isn't up to date enough to get this newest version. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, why don't you just give me the most recent version that's compatible with my computer? And then the thing is like, no, we can't really do that.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm Googling. I'm like, dude, how do I get this thing? And what I come to find is that if you had already purchased Logic in the past, then whenever you go to the App Store to Logic, it'll say, would you like to update to the most recent version that's compatible with your software? It'll give you that option and you do it. But if you haven't already purchased it, there is no option to just buy it,
Go
and then
back.
it says, yeah. So it says, no, you just can't do it. And I'm like going crazy, and I'm like looking up different like ways to do it. And finally I come across this workaround, which is the only way that you can really do this. This still amazes me to this day that this is the only way to do it legally.
Yeah.
You got to go on a computer that is up to date, a Mac that is up to date, sign into your profile, buy it. Then when you sign back into your own computer, it'll let you download the most recent version.
Interesting.
So I'm thinking, great. I live across the street from the mall. I'll go to the mall, get myself a cup of coffee, walk in the Apple store, and start downloading. So I do all the above. I get my coffee, I walk in the thing, and then I'm sitting there. First thing they say to me when I walk in is, watch that drink. I'm like, all right, dude.
Oh, I know where this is going.
I can't be the
think.
first person
to walk in here, ready to do some business.
just conducting Zoom meetings from the Apple store. Which is funny because I do remember back in the day that was like a thing. When you're in high school, you just go to the Apple store and like take pictures of ourselves. And like that was
Yeah.
like every kid in high school had an album on Facebook that they took with their friends at the Apple store.
Yeah.
Including us. Guess it's not really a thing anymore because everyone has that technology.
Yeah, everyone has a phone now.
Yeah, nobody's like, let's go to the mall and take pictures of ourselves. That is crazy. Anyway, so I walk in, I'm watching my drink. I go to a computer that's like, I'm not dressed like a non-suspicious guy. I'm dressed
Yeah.
like a suspicious guy.
Yeah.
Like I have like sweatpants with like paint all over them and like a hat that's like covering my face. I look like a spy. I look like a spy.
It looks like you're like trying to do some hacker shit on their fucking demo.
I have like a
units.
hood and like a shadowy face
Yeah.
somehow. You can't make out my
Bring
facial
your own
features.
keyboard with you.
I walked into the Apple store and I just went, I'm in. Like, dude, watch your drink. So I go to the computer and I'm hacking away. I'm on the thing and I'm like, ooh, yeah. I'm signed in as John Doe and I'm like, real creative Apple. So I sign out of that, sign it back into my thing. Again, let you go all the way through the process. We're sending you a verification code now. Type it in. So I get it on my phone. I'm like, got it. Type it in, and at the last second it goes, no. I'm like, come on, dude. So I try again.
You're at the Apple store. We can tell.
We can tell, dude. So I'm like, all right. So I try it one more time, doesn't work. Then I walk up to a genius. I walked up to a genius. I found myself my nearest genius, and I said, I explained him this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you want to know what I said to him, just cut this podcast from 2 minutes ago to now. That's what I said to him. And he was like, well, I don't really know if that's going to work. And I was like, no, it's going to work. I just need you to let me do it. And he was like, well, it's like, we're not really able to sign into other people's stuff. Like it blocks you out. I'm like, now I'm not one to push, I'm just like, you know what, dude, whatever. But I'm sitting here as a person. I am begging you to give you my money.
Yeah.
I am going above and beyond.
Yeah.
Taking-
Listen, guy, I could have just pirated this again.
Yeah.
I came here willing to spend $200.
I've done it before, and I'll do it again. But I am trying to be an upstanding professional citizen of the audio industry. Can you help me out? Genius? Mm-hmm. You're a genius. Can you fucking see this? It's right in front of your face. So he's like, I don't think so. And I'll leave the store and I'm like, I'm just going to download it illegally. Fuck this. I hope I want them to take me to court for this. Now I downloaded on a fucking public Wi-Fi. Dunkin' Donuts is going to go. Dunkin' Donuts is done. They were like, Dunkin' Donuts, why are you downloading Logic Pro?
One of you guys cooking up fucking beets next to the eggs and sausages? What the fuck?
They're just not going to see anything fishy about it at all. They're just, that business is out of business now. Yeah, it just like it. Now I still have to eventually do it because the cracked version I got is just not very stable and like very annoying. So eventually I'm going to do it, and I think your brother has a computer that has the right software for me to do it on his computer.
Yeah.
But it just does stun me sometimes that like. Again, we've talked about this ad nauseum on the podcast, but just like how many people, like, it's like, do you realize what your job is at the store? It's like, I'm coming in here as like the best, almost like you could have written me as a movie character of like the most just ready to pay you money. Like I'm just going out of my way. And then you just shut me down like that. You offer no alternatives. You do nothing for me. You just tell me, have a nice day. And I'm like, well, you know what? You don't fucking deserve my $200, dude. You don't. It's just, it's whatever. But it just does. It does.
Yeah.
Bother me.
That's the kind of situation where like, if that person had helped you, you would have been an Apple person for life.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the reason why there's an Apple store. Like, that's the reason why, like, brick and mortar stuff still exists, because it's like you can make someone a lifelong customer by doing something not even that crazy.
Yeah, it's
like,
not crazy at all.
One of them could have been like, oh, I got my MacBook in the back. You can do it on my MacBook. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking.
Like,
I almost wanted to ask him, like, dude, I'm sure you have a MacBook.
Yeah.
Can you help me out?
Yeah. Like, it could have been easy as that.
It's, yeah. I think that comes down to people not quite understanding what their job is, and that's a big thing. It's like you don't quite understand what you're doing. I think bouncers have a lot. I think every like bartenders get that sometimes where they're like assholes to customers for no reason. Where it's like, do you understand that at the end of the day, it's in your best interest to have people want to come back to this place?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, also, like, at the end of the day, too, it's like you leave this place and you lose that power of, like, no, you can't get in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just an asshole. How about that?
How about that?
You fucking suck.
How about that, dude?
How about that?
Now, you want to talk about good customer service?
Here we go. Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay. Unbelievable customer service. I was leeching, I was seating, I was doing all this stuff. And after 1 hour, I had Logic Pro for free.
Yeah.
For free.
Thanks, Duncan.
All it's going to cost me is no longer having a Dunkin' Donuts to go to for breakfast. A small price to pay for me to have a terribly cracked version of Logic Pro.
Yeah, you're just back here producing one day and you hear a fucking raid happening over at Dunkin' Donuts. Priest! Where's the computer?
Let me hear the beats.
iMac? It's tied to a name, Celesco. Is there Celesco here? Preach!
So great customer service. Towson on the up and up. We're uptown, baby. Uptown. And we have a new area.
Towson talk.
Towson talk. Towson talk. There's a lot of Towson talk to be had. There was a carjacking this week. Didn't feel good about that.
There's like wasn't there like a stabbing or some shit?
Oh, dude, the mall.
Or yeah, something happened. I don't fucking know.
Dude, there were some videos. I was in a gig in Bel Air, but this happened last Saturday. There was apparently like 100-person brawl just from the mall to the movie theater. Just that
Holy
entire
shit.
vicinity.
The whole like street.
Just in the mall, in the garage, out of the mall, in the movie theater, like all of it.
Holy shit.
It was insane, dude. And it was almost like, how does that even happen? Like, how did they coordinate that? Was it like kind of like how we do like senior egg day, where we're just like,
maybe.
like was they just like, yo, we're gonna go to Towson Mall and just beat the shit out of each other? Like, how do you coordinate that? It's unbelievable. And you're watching this, and it's like, oh my god. That didn't really bother me too much because I was like, you know what? What are you gonna do? You can't stop that kind of shit. But just 2 days later, Monday night, 9 p.m., armed carjacking in the movie theater, right in front of, like, on the border, like not in the back part,
shit, really?
like right in the middle of everything, in the square.
Damn.
How does that fucking happen?
I don't know.
You know, it's like I'm walking by there every day. Meanwhile, Sunday morning, in between those 2 days, the day in between Saturday and Monday,
The day of rest.
the day of rest, the day of arrest for me. I'm walking. I go to Kathmandu Kitchen and pick up my food. I order a Diet Coke. For the second time in a row, I walk out and go all the way home without the Diet Coke. Don't know why this happens to me. Then I realize that I make a U-turn mid-street, go back, cross a circle, get it. Now, granted, there was a completely available spot right on Allegheny, right in front of Kathmandu. But I'm like, dude, I'm not parallel parking right now. I'm running in for 1 second, grabbing my Diet Coke that I don't even have to pay for it. Already paid for it. It's just on the counter. I can see it. Run in, grab it, run out of here. So I pull into the parking spot, but not really. I'm like halfway out, put my flashes on, run in, run out. Swear to God, less than 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Come out, there's a cop.
Damn.
Standing there. Is this you? Yeah. He's like, that's just pure laziness, man. That's just pure laziness. There's a spot. Just park in the spot. I'm like, that's a $70 ticket. I was like, you're right, man. That is laziness.
Yeah.
I
I don't have any excuse. So that was
no excuse. I was
You're
just
right.
getting my Diet Coke, and I didn't
trying to
think,
be quick. You must have been eyeing me.
I
Like,
did
what
not
happened?
How did you?
How
do
did
that?
you get here?
Is somebody getting carjacked across the street tomorrow? Come on, man. Should probably get there. And like I drove home, and like I hate when I'm just so obviously in the wrong. I'm driving home like you should just parked.
Yeah.
What do you think you are? Just stopped in the middle of a road.
Yeah. Was it worth it? The Diet Coke? Was it worth the $75 Diet Coke?
He didn't give me a ticket.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Because I think I just like.
Because you didn't like argue.
I didn't argue, and I didn't stop anything I was doing. He was just yelling at me, and then I just like walked.
And then
like,
you just.
I was like, he was like, that's a $75. I was like, you're right, officer. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Very sorry about that. I just drove away.
I mean, that is the response.
Yeah, like look at you.
Yeah.
You're shy of
He didn't write up the ticket yet.
He didn't write it up. What are you gonna do?
He doesn't know your
I'm out of
license
here.
plate.
Like It literally was that quick. But just to see that shit happened the next day. But anyway, enough of the negatives of around Towson Talk. I want to talk about the positives of Towson Talk. I needed some ice cream and I needed some cheese and I needed some butter.
Was this yesterday?
This was last week.
Okay, I was gonna say yesterday was so nice on my lunch break. I was like, let me get a little snack, like a little cold snack at the end of my lunch break. I got a little Dippin' Dot container at the gas station. And I was just sitting outside next to my car being like, it's getting warm again, baby. And then lo and behold, today it fucking hailed and snowed.
40-degree drop. Yeah. It was 74 degrees yesterday. It was 34
degrees.
today. How the fuck does that happen?
I don't know.
I really don't even understand that. Like, I know it's like such the oldest cliche in the book to just be like, oh, that's Maryland. Don't like Maryland's weather? Wait a minute. And it's like, this kind of, I know that's a corny joke, but like, come on, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It could have snowed today.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I was like sunbathing.
Yeah, yesterday, everyone had shorts on.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, did I not get the memo? I was in like sweatpants per usual, and literally everyone else I saw was in shorts.
I was so happy yesterday. Not as happy today because the weather sucked again. This is last week. Typical February weather, like 40 degrees outside.
And you're hankering for some ice cream.
I'm hankering. It was actually last Tuesday, right after Perennial. I go to the 7-Eleven. They don't have the fucking cheese. They don't have any shredded cheese.
Yeah.
You know? That's not convenient. It's not convenient.
Nah.
Maybe I hold convenience stores to a higher standard than most, but I gauge convenience basically whatever I need, you should have, because that would be very convenient. Like if I walk in and I need a pint of ice cream, that's convenient. You have that. But I think in my line of thinking, I'm like, you should have like a guitar pedal.
Yeah.
Like I walk in, I'm like, do you have a Fender Stratocaster amplifier? And they're just like, dude, we're a 7-Eleven. I'm like, this is
Why don't you have yeast here? Oh, yeast and baker's flour.
yeast.
The fuck?
Do you have the PS5? I just like, I do realize that I could chill a little bit with the standards I hold our local 7-Eleven.
Although, like, some convenience stores are stacked. Like,
Yeah.
some of them have what you want. Like the big Wawas or like Rofos, they're usually packing.
Yeah, you could buy a car at certain
Yeah.
Wawas. Too.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's not yours, dude. So I was like, you know what? I don't feel like driving all the way to fucking Safeway. Let me just see if this Whole Foods is open. Now they have this whole area of Towson,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, called Towson Row, and they have a new apartment building there. They have like new like restaurants there, and they have this Whole Foods there. Dude, I wanted, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. I wanted to not like Whole Foods. I wanted to hate it because everything that's ever just been described to me about it, everything they stand
Just
for.
the people you knew who would not shop locally at a grocery store. They'd travel far away to be like, no, I shop at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
That's why you hate Whole Foods.
All those things were channeling through me. I pull in and then they're like, just pull in the garage. I'm like, okay. Pull in this garage.
Nice garage.
Very nice. A lot of spots.
Yeah, I don't have to get in the snow now.
And I walk in, and immediately I walk in, and there's a stairwell to a second floor. And I'm thinking, dude, what could be up here? What do you need a second floor? And I see there's like tables and like arcade games and shit, and like what looks to be like a bar of some sort of thing.
Damn.
And I'm like, what is this? I'm walking around. I'm like, dude, this is insane. There's nobody up there. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And I'm like, I now have like the bird's eye view of the store because it's like a loft situation.
Do you think this is just the Is this part of the apartment complex and not the Whole Foods? Is that their like common area?
No, it's Whole Foods, bro.
Okay.
It's definitely a Whole Foods.
Like Towson Row's rec room.
I'm walking around now. I have the bird's eye view, and like I walk down the stairs. I'm going through the aisles, and I literally did feel like, and this is how I knew I was an adult, but B, I knew that Whole Foods had won because I felt literally like a kid at an amusement park. I could not believe the presentations they have, Like the way things are like laid out on the shelves and everything's like very ornately done and designed. There's
Yeah.
nothing like out of stock. I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Now, I will say,
That's what I feel like whenever I go to Wegmans.
it didn't hit me until I walked around the whole store, just looking, not browsing, just
in
looking.
awe.
Then I realized,
Marveling.
I didn't even know this was their thing. They don't sell major brand stuff, so you can only get like small brand shit.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's kind of also like they have their own brand, like the 365 brand or whatever.
Yeah,
And it's like that's most of their shit, and then they have like healthier or like small brand stuff, like you're saying.
yeah. That they did have Ben and Jerry's. I guess Ben and Jerry's is considered a startup brand. I don't know. I don't know how Ben and Jerry's falls into the we can be sold at Whole Foods category.
Yeah.
None of the McCormick stuff are in there. Alex was telling me, I was like, yeah, they don't.
They
won't.
have their own brand of spices.
And it's like that was kind of one of those things. I was like, all right, so I'm definitely not going to do like my day to day, like my routine grocery shopping here, which doesn't exist. I don't have routine grocery shopping.
But they have
anymore.
like good produce and stuff.
Yeah, I don't need like a brand name apple. Not like, dude, Mott's or nothing.
And like their meat is good.
Brand name meat, I'm good. I don't need Oscar Mayer.
Yeah. You
I
don't
don't
want
need Dietz and Watson.
Dietz and Watson? Shit. I couldn't remember it.
Those are the only two, I think.
I only knew Dietz.
Monsanto. You forgot about Watson, bro.
I forgot about everyone forgets about Watson.
Watson, my dear Watson.
My dear Watson, where are your fine meats?
So then I go up to the thing, the register, and I'm buying the stuff, and I saw this like canvas bag, like a carrot tote bag, and it said Towson, established 1994, and I was like, that can't be right. I'm pretty sure I lived here before 1994. What was it before
Yeah.
that? What were we called then? And I was gonna ask the cashier, but I don't think she would have.
Yeah, she was born in 96.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have known.
She was gonna explain. She's gonna like actually in 1994, like I certain things, certain jokes I want to like say to people that I just know. Like this evening when I was leaving my apartment building, when I walked in, I got
said that so regally.
huh.
Said it this evening.
This evening, I've been trying to incorporate the evening because I do appreciate the evening as like after it gets dark until like 9 p.m. That's evening, and then
Yeah.
night is after that. So when you say evening, nobody's thinking like 12 midnight. You're thinking like 7 p.m.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
thinking like dinner after dinner.
Yes, evening. On my way to the studio, on my way back from the studio beforehand, I go in the elevator. 20 pounds of hurl in the corner of the elevator, all over the walls, all over the floor. Somebody had
That would
put.
have been at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that was 6 o'clock.
The fuck?
That was 6 o'clock.
Who pukes like after they get home from work?
I wanted to know. I mean,
fuck?
they ate macaroni. I could tell you that much.
Okay.
It looked like it could have been lobster mac and cheese because I thought I was seeing. It was a
Lobster mac and
pinkish hue,
Ugh.
and then it was like macaroni noodles and like what looked to be like bits of lobster or some type of seafood, shrimp or something. So it looked like somebody had eaten lobster
Some
mac and
bad
cheese,
lobster mac and cheese.
or good lobster mac and cheese, and then drank a lot.
Yeah.
You don't want to blame the lobster mac on this. You know.
Okay. Yeah, it might have been a happy hour incident.
Okay, here's how you know that it wasn't the food. Who completely soberly just projectile vomits all over an elevator and then just leaves it?
Yeah.
If they're not wasted. That's a
That is a
wasted
telltale
move.
sign.
That's a wasted move. If there was a guy in there standing there being like, "Oh, you're going to have to use the other one, dude. I'm so sorry." And he's like in there with paper towels. He wasn't drunk. But if it's just there, that guy was drunk or
Yeah.
an asshole. Now, there's also the embarrassment factor where he realized like, "Oh shit, nobody saw me. I'm out of here." You know,
Yeah.
and then some people will deal with it, but nobody will ever know it was me. I get that. So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking grown man. I can deal with this. I'm standing on the other corner of the elevator. Luckily, my button was one of the few buttons that wasn't covered by hurl. So I was like, all right, I need to get that. Pow. Up the shaft we go. I get out. I'm thinking they'll have this cleaned up in no time.
Lickety split.
Now, they did have a caution wet floor sign on the thing. Which
Okay,
is,
so they knew it was there.
oh, they knew it was there.
Okay, yeah.
Unless that guy happens to carry caution wet floor signs.
Yeah.
Whenever he goes
So I was gonna
drinking.
say, if you thought like, they'll clean it up, and you didn't like tell them there's throw up in there,
I don't think he told me. I think that a maintenance
I think
person.
someone else saw it.
Yeah, and then was
especially
like,
if the cone was there.
you know what I'll do? I'll put a caution wet floor thing that's less noticeable than the walls covered in throw up. And then I will just leave it be like that. So that when people walk in the elevator, they'll just say, oh, it's elevator covered in vomit. I guess I'll watch my step.
Only one of your elevators work too.
Amazingly, tonight, they both worked.
Okay.
And the one night you would have wanted to see one of them shut down,
Yeah, why not?
they were
just
both
shut-
working.
Shut the throw up one off for once.
Yeah, I didn't even know they could, like, can you shut this one off? If there's ever been a time to shut down an elevator, this is the time.
Yeah, please break it.
So I go to my apartment, I take a shower, I eat some food, blah, 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 come back out, press the button, I get the fucking throw up elevator again. I'm like, dog, come on, man. I'm not taking this down again. I'm not
Yeah, I'll
taking it
take the
down.
stairs.
I have dignity. So I closed it, waited a second, then pressed the down button again. Just opens back up. Like, God damn it, man.
You got to press another button to get it moving.
So then I did. I pressed floor 9. Let it go for a second, press the thing, waited, comes back up, throw up elevator. I'm like, dude, all right, you know what? This is getting out of hand. I send it all the way down to the depths of hell. The garage.
Yeah.
Get the fuck down there, dude. I press garage, I get out. It starts beeping at me. I'm like, you got a fucking lot of nerve to be beeping at me. Then I let it go down. I press down, finally get another elevator. Every person in the building is in this elevator now because everyone's doing the same thing with that elevator.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah.
we're all sitting there, and the first thing somebody says, like, you want to take that elevator? I was like, no, dude, fuck that shit. We're all in there. Like, it's just like a fucking mayhem. And as I'm
That's
leaving,
like the only time you talk on the elevator.
yeah.
Is when there's some fucked up shit going on.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I can't not say anything
We
about
got it.
this,
There's
dude. Come on.
the elephant in the fucking room. Yeah. So then I get down to the bottom, and I'm like, I started this whole story because of jokes that are distasteful. I go down to the bottom, I get out of the thing, and I walk out to the parking lot, and I see the fire department has arrived.
to clean up the elevator?
Yeah, because apparently the maintenance they're off. They're not coming in.
What the
There's no
fuck?
like overnight maintenance. So
Is that part of like fire department duties?
I cannot verify that the fire department was there to clean up the throw up, but I can verify that no one else was.
Yeah.
And they walked in with like a pickaxe and like a big pole of some sort, and nothing that looked like a mop or anything.
Oh.
So that was
Maybe
the only
someone
thing.
was like way fucked up.
That's possible.
And
That is
they're, like,
possible.
breaking into their fucking room.
I do know. I the only reason I didn't say this was because I figured maybe it's not that they're here to clean up the throw up, because that would be ridiculous. I would not be a fireman if people just call you and they're like, dude, you got to mop up this throw up.
Yeah. I know you don't live here or even you've probably never even been here before, but can you come to this apartment complex building that we don't have
Yeah.
maintenance staff hired onto?
Clean up on aisle 3, calling Towson Fire Precinct.
Volunteer fire department. You're not even getting paid for it.
Protect and serve, baby. So I'm walking out of the apartment. It's cold. There's like a fucking steam pipe that's just like letting out steam, and I see these firemen walking up like real intense. And I was just gonna say, I was gonna be like, I think it's just steam, guys. You're probably good. Go home. And then because I thought they were really going to clean up the throw up, so I thought I was like, "There's nothing really going wrong here. Like, I'll just let that one fly." And then I was like, "Wait, what if there actually is like something really serious happening right now?" And I'm just fucking walking. This is fucking Steve. Dude. So I didn't say that, but I regret not saying it because, like, you know, I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of funny.
Or just be like, yeah, just don't take the elevator on the left. Just
Yeah, man. Great times. Great times
Jesus.
in almost told jokes history.
and that's Towson talk.
That's
baby.
Towson talk, baby. All the Towson news, all the time. What's going on? What's Hamden talk looking like, dude? Any
Hamden talk?
Ham developments.
You know, there's always those late night people wandering the streets screaming. You gotta love them.
Gotta love them.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really been in Hamden much outside of my apartment recently because I just don't. I don't walk down to work anymore, so I don't really see much
That's true.
activity.
You're not a man about town anymore.
I'm not a man about town that much anymore, and it's, it's okay. Hamden's okay from what I've seen. I think same thing everywhere right now. Just crime's ticking up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm wondering what is the cause of that. Maybe the warm weather. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
It's definitely not the
We're
weather.
like 2 years into a pandemic and probably fucked a lot of people up if they're on drugs and shit. And now they're just fucking taking what's theirs, baby.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah.
I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but when we were like leaving that office, like the one we shot the fucking news stuff at for sophomore, there was one time, like this all happened in like the last 2 months we were renting the space. I was leaving through the back door and I like tried opening the door and I like felt some resistance and I was like, oh, sorry. Like I thought someone was trying to come in. And like I finally opened the door all the way and I just see a woman pulling her pants up.
Oh,
just
geez.
taking a piss, leaned up against the door where there's a camera just like shining right down on.
So you obviously immediately went to go check that footage out.
No, I don't have access to that, but I would have. So I immediately I went out the front because I was like, I'm not dealing with.
That's
I
standard.
don't want to step in like a puddle of homeless pee.
Well, that's slightly better than last time you opened the door and there was just like shit everywhere.
Yeah, shit. That was a reoccurring thing. Obviously, I talked about how they would, during the summer, every other day they would literally just clip the new copper wire on the air conditioners outside. They'd be like, "Oh, I guess there's a new shipment of copper. Let's go." Let's go pick it up.
Unbelievable.
Like, it's like a fucking video game where you, like, enter the level again and all the shit's there. And you're like, oh, perfect. I needed some more copper. Let me get that shit. Like, they would literally bi-weekly just snip, like, 8 inches of copper tubing from, like, a condenser tube or some shit.
Wow.
But then another thing was I was walking out the front one day. I was picking up some souvlaki. Shout out the Greeks.
Opa.
And I opened the door, and there was just a dude, like, half slumped on the steps of that old church with just, like, a stick in his hand and, like, sharpening it on the concrete. I was like, get me the fuck out of here, bro. It was completely fucked. Yeah, so I'm kind of glad I'm not working on the Ave anymore.
Yeah,
it's just
nice.
like, no one ever fucked with me or anything. Like, I never had any, like, issues. Like, I've never, luckily, like, knock on wood, I've never had any issues anywhere I've lived or anywhere I've been to do, like, comedy or anything. But, it's getting a little sketch.
Yeah. I'm going to take a piss real quick.
Okay.
Can you
go for
deliver
it.
our sponsors real quick? Because I have...
Yeah, tonight's sponsors on the Live from the Studio podcast with Jimmy and Eric. Boom. We have a nice sponsor. We have Rufino. It is a Prosecco, not the date rape drug. Rufino, a Prosecco, DOC. I think that's like something champagne, maybe. Sparkling wine, product of Italy. We've got Rufino Prosecco. Denominazione di origine controllata. Rufino Prosecco. It's produced by beautiful vineyards in the northeastern region of Italy. Bright and crisp, this sparkling wine has hints of peach and golden apple. Now, Jimmy, when you were drinking, did you get any of that apple or peach? Did you taste any of those fruity flavors?
Hints of it.
Hints.
Of it. It's like you drink it and somebody whispers peach, apple in your ear, and you're like, okay. Should we do like an official tasting of this?
Apple.
See what kind of legs?
Let's get some notes. Let's see if we can... That's what people do, right? They like aerate it
Yeah, you got air rated.
disgustingly.
Yes. I'm
I
getting
definitely
apple.
get the apple
Get an apple.
Not so much peach. Mm-hmm. Maybe like one of those peaches you get from Giant, and it's like out of season, and it's like completely hard and raw and has no flavor.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those peaches.
Yeah, I'm venturing to say that maybe the hint of peach is just them saying it on the back. That's the hint.
Yeah, it like subliminally.
Yeah,
There's
like,
a hint of peach.
Now I think there's peach.
I'm thinking of peach, so I kind of taste
Yeah,
it.
you were incepted with peach.
Definitely full head of apple.
Oh yeah,
Is what
totally.
I'd say.
That was more than a hint. That was like an abrasive. Like you told me there was apple.
Yeah. You forced some apple on me.
Now, we would be remiss to not talk about
Our other sponsor.
our other sponsor, Camel Crush, baby. Camel Crush changes menthol to more menthol. Or you can get a pack that changes non-menthol to menthol, depending on what color the pack is. Now, nobody actually knows the difference. I don't know the difference. The 7-Eleven guys do know the difference, and they assume wrongly that I do. So they say, is this one good? Is this one good? And I don't know. So every time I just get a different pack, sometimes with a hint of menthol and sometimes with a crush of menthol. But,
Do they sell Camel Crushes with no crush? Is that what I'm hearing?
no. They sell Camel Crushes that are not menthol before you crush it. And then when you crush it, they are
double
menthol.
menthol.
And then they sell ones that are already menthol and then you crush it for more menthol.
Gotcha.
I have the non-menthol to menthol right now, but sometimes I have the other one. I never know, but it doesn't matter because Camel Crushes are the official cigarette of white people. That along with Marlboro Lights.
Of white people.
Snap into a ice cold Camel Crush.
Crush into a camel.
Crush into a camel. Now, we would be really remiss
Remissed. This evening.
this evening if we were to not talk about the pandemonium that and I'm assuming you, know nothing about,
Exactly.
which is...
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Ukraine?
Yes.
You're trying to bring up Ukraine?
Trying to bring up Ukraine
on our podcast?
On our podcast, dude.
You're trying to bring up Ukraine on our podcast?
Ukraine? You trying to tell me you're fucking... I don't know. I don't even know.
Ukraining me right now, bro?
Ukraining me? I don't...
This is the wrong time to wear that troll face shirt, Jimmy.
Yeah. We're talking about some serious global issues. And I want people...
I just want to, I want to take a moment of silence for the people. Just your troll face
Yeah.
grinning. I want to take a moment of silence for the people in Ukraine right now.
Just on
There's
behalf
some really fucked up shit going on
of
right
the
now.
American public, like to say to Vladimir Putin, you mad, bro? You mad, bro?
You mad, Vlad? You mad,
Mad, Brad? Come on, bro. No, I don't know what's going on. I don't know whose side I'm on. I don't know if it
the
even matters.
fuck going on?
All I know is some shit fucking popped off today that I did not think was going to pop off. I did not think it was going to happen. Leading up to this week, me and you and all of our friends who are
Well, because it's been a thing for like the last couple of years. Like there's been, and I'm sure it's longer. It's just been in my attention the last couple of years. But like Russia's been like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They're like the kid in the
not
car. It's
going
like,
to do it.
I'm not touching you.
I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it, slab.
And then they did it.
They did it.
They did it. Dude, and I thought, so my very
Do you
rudimentary...
think they just got pissed off everyone being like, you're not gonna do it?
Yeah. It was kind of like one
There's
of those...
a lot of people that said they weren't gonna do it.
A lot of doubters.
A lot of doubters.
You can't put a man like that.
Did we accidentally no balls Russia into Ukraine?
No balls.
That's so fucked up.
Well, I mean, but maybe...
But no,
maybe in a
it's
weird
like
way true.
A really fucked up situation.
It's
right now.
weird because...
Apparently their fucking international airport got bombed
Dude,
today.
there were airstrikes. Okay, so here's my...
Because Russia this whole time they've been like, we are doing military exercises.
Yeah, and then they were like...
just so happened to cross the border of Ukraine, heading straight to their capital. This is all just a joke. This is prank.
Those Russians and their practical jokes. Gotcha. So apparently, look, I don't
There is camera
understand.
here. There is camera here.
All I know is that apparently Ukraine and Russia are bordering countries. Ukraine used to be part of the Soviet Union, right?
Basically, the white people's version of India and Pakistan.
Yes, exactly. Very great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Now, the parts of Russia that are the parts of Ukraine.
So to be fair though, they all would have been the USSR like 30 years ago. Well,
Then they were.
That's not 30. Oh my god, we're
50
so
years
old
ago,
now.
whatever.
50 years.
50 years ago.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude.
I remember this from when I was 9.
Yeah. All my like years ago are based off of shit I learned in elementary school.
Exactly. It's the last time I paid attention in school.
70s, 30 years ago. Now, the eastern parts of Ukraine that are bordering Russia, apparently though there's certain parts that have like this major like they want to go to Russia. There's like a large movement in those places. I don't know how big the movement is. I have no fucking idea. But those places have a large ethnically Russian conglomerate of people. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, me with my vast knowledge of global politics, thought that, well, they might just try to annex those portions of Ukraine. They might just try to take those parts that are kind of fucking with them a little bit and then just stay the fuck out of everywhere else.
But also it's like, I don't know. That's weird though. Cause it's like, that'd be like us being like, don't worry. Mexico is the US now. Now you don't have to cross our border. You just stay there with all your problems.
It would kind of
But
be...
you're US, so it doesn't matter. You just gonna stay there.
Yeah.
You don't even have to cross anymore.
It would be like if Russia came over here and was like, we're taking California. There's a lot of Russians in California. We've seen Grand Theft Auto. We know. We know that Vice City was supposed to be LA. Or Miami or something.
Yeah, Miami.
We're taking that and like now you just go up to Nevada. That's cool. Are you guys cool with that? We're taking LA. We're taking San Diego. We're taking the red trees and whatever.
We'll give you Serbia.
Thank you.
We'll give you the frozen wastelands.
You think of Siberia?
Siberia, yeah.
Very similar. I'm sure they're both frozen wastelands.
I don't think Serbia.
I don't fucking know, dude. Then fast forward this morning or last night, dude, they fucking bombed everywhere in Ukraine, including Kiev, which is their capital that I know now. I think I did know that already.
That I learned in a headline an hour ago.
And it's kind of it's weird because we're so used to these conflicts happening in like the Middle East, which seem like this like far off land or whatever. But like Ukraine, they're like part of NATO, right? They're like part of our European alliance.
Yeah.
And Russia just fucking is just taking them.
Yeah.
And like,
this,
what are we doing? What do we do?
This is some shit where like we've like done the big bad wolf on Nazi because like now that Putin is doing some Nazi shit, people are gonna be like, you're a liberal. You're a liberal. He's just doing some eminent domain shit. Like that's some constitutional. He has the right to do
has
that.
the right. The American Constitution grants Vladimir Putin the right.
It applies over there. Okay.
It opens up this whole can of worms. Now, I know that the World War II comparison seems a little much, but I will say...
All right, pussy.
But I will say that if you look at how World War I started and you look at how World War II started, it kind of started an awful lot like this. An awful lot where one country attacks another country that has a bunch of alliances with other countries that now those countries have to go attack that other country on behalf of the country that was attacked. And then the country that attacked is like, well, we have allies too. And then they're like, well, now we're fighting with this. And then it's like, okay, shit. Now we're in a world war. Look, we had our World War III scare on Twitter 2 years ago. When something
It was over the same shit. It was Russia might invade Ukraine. And then the coronavirus happened, and Russia was like, We should probably stay home real quick. We don't want to get the flu.
We don't want to get the flu.
We don't
While
want
we're
to get it.
killing thousands of people.
We don't want to die.
We don't want to get COVID.
We want them to die.
I think the previous one was like something to do with Iran or something like that. And like even that, I was like, dude, all right, like we're gonna do some shit, and then they said some shit, and then didn't do anything, and then it was just like, okay, over, whatever. People stopped tweeting about World War III, and then it was on to COVID. Or maybe it was during COVID. I honestly can't remember. Everything's a blur now. But this one seems a little bit more close to home. It seems close to home because it's like almost it puts you in a catch-22 where are we just gonna like if we have this thing which is the NATO, which is a fucking I'm too stupid to even tell you what the fuck it stands for. I was gonna say North
NATO
America.
is North American Trade Organization.
No, I think you're thinking of NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, because that's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
I was thinking that too.
So is it like nations?
Yeah, National Alliance. Let's look it up. We can't.
NATO.
I don't even feel right even continuing this topic if we can't at least
Are
say.
you thinking of the UN? Are you thinking of the UN maybe?
Yeah, probably. I don't fucking know, dude. Let's see.
Yeah, we're both dumb people, so anything you hear on this podcast is just us being like, damn, to headlines.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right. It's also called the North Atlantic Alliance, is an intergovernmental military alliance between 28 European countries and 2 North American countries. These countries are, I'm going to read them just so we're all in agreement here. Just so we all know where we're coming from. Albania, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Turkey, United Kingdom, and United States. So I guess Ukraine is not in there. Okay, then who fucking cares?
It would be so fucked up if Russia was on there and you're like, yeah, so we got to back Russia.
What is Ukraine on then? Are they on any of our teams?
UN probably, right?
Are they? Oh, they probably are in the UN. Let's because I'm trying to help you guys out, Ukraine. I'm trying to help you guys out. United Nations.
Yeah, we're both ill-informed on a lot of these subjects going on right now.
Everything.
Yeah, all we know is it's pretty fucked up, dude.
Dude, it's pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up, bro.
All right, dude. I'm going to put one final hurrah here. Let's see. Let's see. Is Ukraine...
Here, while you're doing this, I'll add back to the Kanye subject. He was posting on Instagram earlier. So apparently, like, I almost called him Tweet Davidson. But Pete Davidson, a.k.a. Skeet Davidson, as Kanye likes to put it, he made an Instagram account, and his comment sections were bombarded with "Find God" and like "Yay X Kim" or whatever the fuck. So then he like took his Instagram down, and Kanye was like gloating all day on Instagram, being like, yo, you scared, bro. You scared.
You scared, Pete. Okay. Great. Okay, so here we go. This kind of stirs up the pot a little bit. Ukraine and Russia are in the UN. Is that true? I'm going to double verify that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like every nation is in the UN at this point.
The Russian Federation that represents Russia is a member of the United Nations, having taken on the permanent membership after the Soviet Union was dissolved in 1991. Okay, so that makes this video that I saw earlier make a lot more sense, where the Ukrainian diplomat at this UN meeting was saying to the Russian guy, who is the chair of this meeting of the UN. The Russian guy is chairing this fucking meeting. And the Ukrainian representative's like, dude, what the fuck are you guys doing right now? That's not what he said, but like pretty much what he said. Like, dude, what are you doing? You need to stop this shit. And it's like, if you're talking about, what is the whole point of the United Nations?
Yeah.
If we're not going to fuck with this shit.
It's also like, what's the whole point of I still don't understand why Russia is invading Ukraine.
You know,
Russia's already so big.
it's crazy
Why
because
do you need Ukraine?
I had the same
What's the
thought.
point?
I had the same thought. For me, it's never made sense. I've never even understood why anybody, but it's a common thing. You look at every empire, all they ever want to do is fucking get more shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, I've never personally understood that. I've never been able to put myself in the mindset of a leader or a nation that's like, dude, we got to fucking do it. But the US did it. We had like the fucking 13 colonies. We're like, dude, I think we should have all this shit. Why the
Yeah.
fuck does France have Louisiana? Fuck France. Why the fuck does Spain have California? Fuck Spain. Fuck them. We're getting all that shit. And then we did. And nobody has a problem with it now. But
Yeah.
people definitely had problems with it back then.
No, for sure.
The question is, it's like,
The winners write the history.
what is the motivation there? And then you talk about, and this is the only thing I would like to have an opinion. If I may have one opinion, please, because I've already we've both proven that we have no fucking idea what's going on, and that's fine because we're honest about that and we're looking it up right now. Now we know more. Anybody who's listening now knows more. Unless you already knew that, in which case you maybe know
Everyone
less.
listening probably knows more than us.
Great.
Congratulations.
You're watching us learn. This is a growing experience for us, not you. All right? Get over
Your
yourself.
old ass. We're young. We don't know shit.
We're young, dude. Come on, bro.
We're young mentally.
The U.S. and the United Nations, the West, as they call it, are trying to impose these sanctions. Talking about we're not going to fucking get any more natural gas or oil from Russia, blah, blah, blah. The problem is that so much of our economy and so much of our energy imports are dependent on those fucking products, Russian, things like that. And it's like, did anyone foresee that as a problem when and this is a mildly political take, fine, whatever, mildly political take. We have one group of people in the Americas and in the West that are saying, we have oil here, we have natural gas here, we have that shit here. Can we please drill it? Can we please drill it? And then you have another group of people going, no, you can't drill it, that's bad for the environment, blah, blah, blah. But both of those people agree that they don't agree, but it is just a reality of Earth that as of right now, we need fucking oil. You're not doing anything without oil, all right? You can talk about your solar pods and your windmills all you fucking want. At the end of the day, everything we're doing right now is because of oil. And will continue to be so for the foreseeable future until hopefully we get to a point where that's not the case. But for now, it is the case. So why is it that we all acknowledge that whether we drill it here or we drill it in the fucking Middle East or buy it from Russia, that we're still consuming the fucking shit? We're still using it, and it's still going out into the environment just as much, whether we got it in Texas or Alaska or fucking Russia or Syria. So we have these people that go, well, we're not going to drill our own shit. We're instead going to become completely dependent on these other fucking countries that are completely unstable and honestly antagonistic to us. Why the fuck are we purchasing that much fucking oil and natural gas from fucking Russia? Or Afghanistan, or Syria, or Saudi Arabia. All these places have oil reserves that we're fucking spending billions of dollars in occupying their countries and importing the oil and making sure nobody else is buying it unless it's in US dollars and all this bullshit. And it's like, dude, what if we just used our own and then we wouldn't have to be in this war and that war? And then when we get in a fucking pending war with Russia and we say, fuck you guys, we're not going to buy your oil anymore. That's your entire economy. What are you going to do now? Sell fucking pop-off vodka? Fuck you. What are you going to do? And they go, that sucks because you need our shit. So impose a sanction and watch your gas prices go to $8 a fucking gallon and see what happens with the American public and people in fucking France and Germany that go, dude, I can't afford to be fucking fighting with Russia right now. I can't even afford to get to work anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, that to me is the only glaring thing where it's like, it seems like it's been a slow progression of ourselves selling off all of our fucking leverage in this conflict. Like, we get in a fucking global conflict with China, and then you realize that, like, a humongous percentage of the shit that we get is manufactured in China.
Yeah.
Why? And then, so, like, if you get in a fucking thing, an embargo with China where they're not going to fucking sell us shit anymore, it's like, we're going to try to do that to hurt their economy. At the same time, it's like, dude, well, we're not making shit over here the way we were back in the day. We kind of need them. We kind of need Russia's for this shit. We need China for that. It's like, why do we put ourselves in that position when we didn't have to? And now we're in a position where Russia's moving in on Ukraine, who is not a part of NATO, but a part of the UN, whatever the fuck that means. And now you have all these countries that are united, including Russia. And we're saying, hey, dude, you can't be fucking coming over here and just bombing Kiev, killing hundreds of people. Fucking Ukrainians are going into fucking recruitment offices and just they're giving out guns to anybody who's willing to fucking fight. That's fucking crazy.
They're saying men 16 to 60 can't leave the country.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then you have the fucking other countries that are sitting there like, oh, well, you know, if this happens, then we're going to have to do this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you fucking idiot, because you fucking sold ourselves short with every other thing. We don't have the leverage anymore. Whereas if we were energy independent and not reliant on fucking China for manufacturing and not relying on Russia for their fucking natural resources and just use our own shit, which we fucking have, now we're not in the position to be able to be really in a war with these people. We kind of just have to let them push and let them go and hope they don't go any further. And why did I bring up World War II before? It's because World War II, kind of the same thing going on. Hitler goes and takes out Austria, and he's like, all right, well, let's fucking go into Poland. Let's do this shit. Let's see what we can do. Belgium, fuck it. France, blah, blah, blah. Going all around, and it was only until he just started going. Nobody said shit, and then finally it was like, all right, we got to do something. We can't keep letting them do it. What happens? And this requires no knowledge whatsoever, which we don't have. This is just strictly a question. What happens if Russia comes in, takes out Ukraine, annexes them into the Russian Federation, and we do nothing?
Yeah.
What happens next?
Yeah, slippery slope.
Is anybody looking at the United Nations, the United States, as a global power at that point? When you're literally about to fucking... That shit, that got me fired up. When Putin, I saw something he said or something or whatever. He was like, we're doing this shit, and if any outsiders try to interfere with this, they will be met with like chaos and destruction like they've never known or something like that. And I was like, you got a lot of fucking balls to be saying that shit, you know?
That's some crazy shit. That's
But
some
it's-
like movie villain shit.
But at the same time, he's saying that shit because he knows that our fucking European Union, United States, we're kind of, unfortunately, we're kind of pussies right now, dude. It's kind of like a guy at the bar who just slapped your girlfriend's ass and said, what are you going to do about it? And we're like, hey, man, I'm not looking for any trouble. And he's like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. And then he takes your girl home. That's Ukraine. Ukraine's your girl.
Your girl.
Yeah. He annexes your fucking girl.
Yeah.
You can't let that shit happen. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, all right, so what happens if we do decide to go to war with Russia? Are you going?
No.
Am I going?
No.
Think about it, though. Think about it. We are I'm not saying they're bringing back the draft.
Oh,
I'm
we're
not
out.
saying-
We're scot-free.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we are.
Ukraine's 16 to 60, bro.
Yeah, it's Ukraine, though. It's a small-ass country, dude. We got a lot of piping hot teens ready to fucking get some kill streaks, calling some UAVs, some fucking Predator missiles. Come on, dude.
I thought it was like 18
Get the
to
attack chopper in.
I thought it was like 18 to 35 or something.
Nah, it's I think it's 18 to 28. Or
Really?
27 or something.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
Let's look up what the draft age
Because I had a
was.
joke about it. Because like the last time there was an impending World War III thing,
The American draft age, Vietnam.
I didn't want to mess up your talk to speech.
It messed up anyway. Don't worry. Go.
Yeah, no, I had a joke about this, like, pre-COVID. So it must have been like 28. 28 must have been the year, or like the age outside of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing?
18 and a half through 25 was for Vietnam. So we're good.
Well, look up like modern draft age, because I think it is like 28.
Is there still
or
a
27?
modern draft? Like, part of me is happy about that. Part of me is a little pissed off.
Why?
Like, what? You don't think I'm fucking good enough?
Yeah, no, we're old now.
Yeah, like I could fucking fight a 24-year-old. I'll fucking do it. I'm not scared of you.
You
but
don't have the reaction time anymore.
I got the reaction time, bro. Give me a fucking break.
Modern draft age, U.S. Let's see what we're working with. Under current law, all male U.S. citizens between 18 and 25 inclusive years of age. What does inclusive mean?
I must have been doing that joke a long time then.
Can he be drafted at age 40? Okay,
I think if you're already in the military, or like if you're out of the military and they have a draft, they can bring you back in essentially, and that's up to like maybe 40 or something. But if you're just like a regular citizen and you had to sign up for the draft, or else you'd like get arrested after high school, like every kid. Yeah, I guess it's 25.
That's kind of sexist. It's just dudes.
I think they make girls do it now too.
They're not drafting chicks. They're not. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah.
And also, that'd be ridiculous. Could you imagine that? I mean, like, I know it's 2022. I know, and I know I'm not supposed to say this, but could you imagine if they were just like, "Come on, Jill, you're coming to war." It's like, come on, really? Let's be honest. You think fucking Vladimir Putin's shaking in his fucking boots?
That's what Israel does. They just have like squads of like super hot fucking IDF warriors.
Yeah, those are just the chicks that they use
and then
to
they use
lure
them to
in.
lure in dudes.
Yeah. You don't
but they're
see.
still like fucking badass.
You don't see squads of super hot man warriors to lure in chicks because they don't want girl warriors.
They're on their version of SEAL Team 6.
They use super hot Gal Gadot-esque Israeli women to make dudes that go there on birthright go like, dude, I will die for this country. I will die for this country.
Yeah.
And also, they're kind of like, they backed by us too. They know. They know we're like the safety net. We're like the co-signers of Israel.
Yeah.
They took out the car loan and we're like, look, if this fucks up, we got it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, US, we got it. But like, okay, so we're not getting drafted. That's
Good.
good.
That's very
That's
good.
good. I'm happy about that because, let me be honest, dude, I don't know if I'm going. Even if I was going, if they hit you up and they were like, dude, we just changed the law to 29 and a half. And you're going to war, baby. You're going to war because the other things that they bring into the
call
table.
me a ram because I'm dodging.
I was thinking, like, how far would I go? Would I break my own legs? Would you break your own legs?
No, but I'd probably try to be like, you know how like kids like in elementary school or like probably middle school or high school, they'd get like a note to get out of gym class.
Shin splints.
Yeah, I'd
Can
do
you
the
get out
same
of
shit.
war with
I'd
shin
be like,
splints?
I got glasses. I'm severely nearsighted.
Yeah,
in
they're
my
like,
left eye.
Dude, this is World War III, not track practice. You're not getting out of this shit with shin splints.
Listen, I got a bad knee or something. I don't.
Great, you can fly a fighter jet.
But I got carpal tunnel, I think.
All right. So I was thinking about this while I was driving home, and what I was thinking was, let's say they do draft me. Because outside of my age, everything else about me screams draft me. It's like not college educated, not married, no kids,
Self-employed.
Nobody misses me if I'm gone. Really. I mean, people miss me, but not as much as college educated.
Yeah, your brother would get drafted too, so like
Yeah. Oh, we'll be there together.
it
It'd be
wouldn't
like
matter.
Saving Private
There wouldn't be
Dom.
a guy being like, "Where's the half of the rent Jimmy pays?" No, the apartment would be gone.
Yeah.
Dom would have been drafted. You guys would have lost all your shit.
They would be pissed. The fucking apartment manager would be throwing up in the elevator. I can't believe it. We'll never lease this apartment again. I was thinking, okay, look, but let's say you get drafted. Okay. The goal is to not be on the front lines.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to be on the front lines.
If
you have to have skills
had
that
to be
kills.
drafted, I'd be a drone guy.
Be a drone guy?
Yeah.
I think everybody wants to be a drone guy.
Everyone wants to be a drone.
You're like, all right, great. Eric, you're in the military now. What I need you to do is sit right there. We got a fucking PlayStation controller, and you're just going to guide these missiles
There's a
into
fridge
fucking
full of
Moscow.
snacks and soda and Monster Energy drinks and so like bags of chips. We cater lunch, and yeah, you just gotta live with the fact that you're killing a lot of innocent people.
We're just here at the
From the
studio.
comfort of your lazy boy.
I'm at the studio bombing Moscow on
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts Wi-Fi.
Dolby Atmos surround sound, fucking just murdering people on VR.
I would have to say, yeah, drone guy's great.
You have one of those like Oculuses on, and you're just like banging shit around the studio, fucking shit up, and just like, Oh yeah, got him. Enemy down. You just hear the fucking check deposit into your bank.
That would be ideal. And that you can't draft it. I feel like you would want to
You
draft a
can't hate on
29-year-old
that.
for that.
You can't hate on like. There's definitely like moral, aspects of that you got to consider and be okay with, but yeah, at the end of the day, if you're forced into that situation, if we got drafted, I would love to be the drunk guy.
It's just a weird thing to think about, like
Or like a cook. I'll cook some food.
you could join them. Elvis was in the music corps. Maybe I'll do the music corps.
I'll do the music.
I just play like at the horse.
I'll do the
in fucking Ukraine.
USO comedy shows. I'll do that.
That'd be cool.
We'll do live podcasts for the troops.
This is not helping the cause at all. It's just a weird mindset to put you in, because I think about like, okay, both my grandfather and my other grandfather and pretty much everyone. I feel like everyone that's our grandfather's age was
both
in
of
the
our
war.
grandfathers were.
Just like everybody was in the war.
All four of our grandfathers probably.
Yeah, like if you're a dude and you were alive in 1950, you probably were in a war.
Yeah, prime time.
Yeah, prime wartime. You were
Prime wartime. You got back and had like 20 kids.
Yeah, you were like, dude, I gotta fucking do this before they send me back.
A
to
lot of my
Korea.
boys died over there. I gotta make up for them not having
Yeah,
kids.
dude. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, you ever think about that? How many? That's a morbid thought, but like how many?
How many
dudes-
of like our parents' age kids are named after dead comrades
That
falling on the
too.
field?
That's-
I thought that's where you're going.
That's actually beautiful. I was going the less beautiful route of how many dudes saw their friend die in combat and then went back and fucked their wife. Because that happened.
probably a lot. Yeah.
You know that happened, and that sucks. If I were the dead guy, I would be absolutely furious.
Rolling in your grave.
That is my least. Whenever I think about dying, the thing that gets me the most.
You hope that your dying breath can be to your wife, just being, please don't fuck other people.
It's just weird to think that like I'm
Please
dead,
don't fuck my best friend.
and now somebody is fucking my wife, and she's just taking that living dick, that live dick, and you, as a man, you're always like, what does he have that I don't have? And it's like a heartbeat,
a body.
a body.
Yeah. A flesh penis.
You can't even get hard anymore. I'm dead. Give me a fucking break. But that still sucks. It's like, damn, I am no longer a fucking player in the game. I don't like that at all. Anyway, it's just weird to think like.
That's when you spitefully go to heaven and then fuck their mom.
That's revenge, bro.
Yeah.
That is revenge.
Or grandma. It depends on who's alive.
I
up
think
there.
fucking somebody's grandma's got to be the worst thing you could do to somebody.
Probably. Yeah.
There was actually a weird porn website that used to do that. I forgot what it was called.
It was like grandma cucking.
It was like ifuckedyourgrandma.com. I mean, that is kind of like a.
That is honestly the ultimate fucking like scorched earth. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, dude,
You would never be able to like patch that relationship.
your
up.
grandma is like the
That person is
sweet.
your enemy.
Yeah,
at
like,
that
dude,
point.
You fucked
Yeah.
my grandma,
You
bro.
fucked my grandma out of spite for me.
Yeah, dude. My oh my god, just imagine, Jesus Christ.
I don't want to think about it.
I'm not going to think about
I don't
it.
want to think about my enemies fucking my grandma.
Or my comrades in war. They come home and fuck my grandma. I'm not even dead. Damn, dude, you couldn't have at least just fucked my wife? You fucked my grandma?
My wife was right here.
And I'm alive too. Like you didn't even come on, man. Bill died. You could have fucked his grandma.
She needed it.
She needed it. She's torn apart.
Not in the good way.
Now she is. It's weird to think that like you're in this like with World War II, it's like they never came to here and like bombed us. But like they sent people
I
over.
mean, they had
Oh, they had
fucking-
they had Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, Pearl
That's
Harbor.
true. Okay, well let's
that
use,
was like kind of our like, all right, enough's enough.
let's use World War One as an example then.
Yeah.
Because that case they didn't come and fuck with us.
No.
Eventually we were like, all right, dude, this is going on long enough. Break it up. Break it
But
up.
also World War One, like that was the last war where like people Was that the last one where people like celebrated Christmas together or something weird like that?
Yeah, something like that. Probably World War II or something like that.
I don't think it was World War II. I think it was
Probably World War
It was World War One, and I think like the enemy troops. It was like, I'm sure it's not actually real because it kind of mimicked like the Thanksgiving story of like everyone came together and they had a feast and they celebrated the holiday. And
Dude, you
want to believe that.
I honestly don't have a hard time believing it, only because I guess what I'm trying to say is like the average person that was in that war who wasn't personally or directly affected by the war up to that point probably had a hard time justifying risking their life for that cause. Like I was like, this is what I was saying about it on the way up. I was like, let's say in a weird world, I was drafted and sent over here because America has these alliances with these people who have alliances with those people. And now all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm shipped out to fucking Ukraine to fight Russia or something, some ridiculous, hypothetical. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, would I do that? And would that be cowardly of me to not do it? Like if they said like, we need you to go over there and help this cause. And I'd be like, I kind of got a good thing going here. Like, I kind of like my life and like, like this doesn't really affect me, and like I didn't make that agreement with the Ukraine. Nobody ever asked me. Nobody was like, "Yo, Jim, you down with this? Somebody invades Ukraine, you're going?" I'm like, I didn't make that agreement. Like granted, tanks start rolling down Joppa Road. I'm there, baby. Yeah. I'm there. Like, okay, dude. Like now it's on, baby. I can't get a Towson Best anymore. I can't do that anymore. Like
I can't get the lunch special anymore.
Like,
it's on.
Honestly, if Russia ran my building, it'd probably be cleaner. I'd probably be like, you know what, this is good. Yeah. I'll allow you guys to take over my building, and that's it. But like, it's hard to justify. Like, it's considered this thing of bravery, but it's like, yeah, it's brave, but also like, dude, like, in order for me to go over and kill people and risk being killed, it would really take a big level of like personal like conviction to that cause. I can't just go over there because somebody tells me to. Dude, we need you. We're fighting over here. Go over there. That's what was one of the.
You gotta go, bro.
You gotta go.
You gotta
no
go.
No balls. You're not no ballsing me into a war. I'm sorry. You're not gonna no balls me into a war.
You can't get me. I'm 29 and a half now.
That's what fucking got me about the whole Afghanistan pullout. And another example of where another world leader, or not world leader, but like the Taliban, they were like, when we were pulling out of Afghanistan, they were like, you got 2 weeks. It's like, you motherfucker. You have the balls to tell the United you give us a timeline? Give us a deadline? Fuck you. If we wanted to, not saying we should, but if we wanted to, we could make a crater out of this whole fucking country. Don't fucking tell us when we got to get out. Fuck that shit. So they fucking, but then of course they do it. They do it because they know that we're going to be like, oh, okay, we're in trouble. Okay, we're out of here. And it's like, you look at that, and one of the most heartbreaking things about the situation is how many people died. How many people lost their fucking legs. We had the wrestling reunion. A couple months ago, and there was a guy who wrestled for Towson in the early 2000s, and he had his legs blown off over there. And I don't know if it was in Afghanistan. I don't know where it was, but it was in that conflict as a whole. And he's at the reunion in his wheelchair, and he would always like guest coach or like, like stuff like that. Even back when I was in high school, he would come be like an honorary coach or whatever. And we're talking to him, and cool guy, but there's this, and then you see, and this is right after the whole Afghanistan withdrawal, and you're sitting there thinking like, God, in the back of someone's mind like that, after you lost your fucking legs for this country, and like 3 fingers on each hand, and like, and technically that's better than a lot of people who just fucking straight up died or like permanent facial injuries and like whatever. And it's like, for what? Because right now we pulled out and that place is the exact same it was 20 years ago. In fact, it's worse.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not going to fucking do that to me. I'm not going to let you take my life into your hands and tell me you're going to go fight this fucking war because we say so. And if you don't, you're a pussy. Fuck you. You go fight the fucking war.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I said, somebody comes into my apartment, somebody comes into my fucking city, somebody comes into even my country. Somebody fucking started rolling tanks into fucking Tennessee. I might start thinking about it. All right, We got a fucking
Odd
problem.
place to start.
That'd be a weird. How the fuck did you start
How'd
here?
you get the tanks there?
Airdropping tanks into fucking Nashville? Like, what? Okay. Regardless, I would be a little bewildered at first, but even then, like, once it's on home turf, it's like, all right, bro. Now, because at that point, it's like, all right, they're here now. It's not getting any better. They're not stopping at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Nobody stops at Tennessee. Nobody comes into America and goes,
That's
this
where
is
it
good
starts.
enough. This is good enough. I think we'll just keep Tennessee. Nothing else to see here in the U.S. of A. You know it's coming up here. So it's like at that point, yes. But before that point, call me a bitch. Call me a fucking bitch, dude.
You're a bitch, dude.
I'm not going.
Yeah, I'm not going either.
I'm not going. I'm
I take that
29
back.
and a half years old, and I'm not fucking going. That being said, I still don't know what side is the right side on this. I'm leaning Ukraine.
Yeah, I think that's like, I think as far as I know, Russia's pretty much starting all this shit. And yeah, they're not looking too good right now. They're not looking too
Not looking good. What's the score?
That's how, yeah. Is it halftime yet? Is Eminem playing? Is Eminem back for round 2?
It's not looking good is probably the perfect way to put it.
Yeah, we
I
should
think-
probably look into this because it sounds bad.
Woo, does not sound good.
Yeah.
I brought it up obviously because it's the topic of the day, but also because something feels different about this dude. And I know.
It is.
Now
It's a
on the
little
bright
unsettling.
side, COVID's over. COVID's over. The war is happening, and now it's like this is the thing. And I haven't seen anybody talk about COVID for the past like 3 days. Nobody's tweeting about it.
Yeah, we're due for another surge. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens when the fucking Optimus Prime variant surges while we're getting firebombed by fucking Russia, and we'll see how many people are fucking masking up for that one. You know, that's when we'll see. It's like I get this vibe that like there's something about this situation that is like it's unsettling. You said it. It's
Weird.
unsettling.
It's weird stuff. And if you want to learn more about that situation, do some research because we're not the place to
If you want to learn more about that, tune in to next week's episode of Live from the Studio, where we read for about
other headlines.
4.5 more minutes of headlines.
Just being like, damn, okay.
Damn. Okay.
It's like that?
Oh, it's like that. Oh, I didn't know it was like that.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know where to go from that. So, at Eric Glazer.
At Eric Laser. Shouts out Max Resenchenko, dude, and we're rooting for you, brother.
Yeah, dude.
Great parties. He lives in Thailand now.
Yeah. Have fun.
You think they're calling him up? Do you think they're hitting him up?
I hope not. Hope he stays clear. Hopefully he just, sticks to the jungles of Thailand.
Real quick, not to get off on a whole other tangent, but real quick.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to actually end. I just
Oh, no. I mean, no, I was
don't
just
know
saying,
where
like,
from that.
a strange thought I also had today was while I was thinking about him, hit me that he's Ukrainian. And I was like, all right, well, if somebody started invading Greece, I probably still wouldn't go because I'd be like, I wasn't born there. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, whatever. Like, it sucks. Like, I got a couple cousins over there, but like, you guys
Yeah,
are gonna have to figure that
oof.
shit out.
Yeah, you guys gotta
Sorry.
take one for the team.
Should have taken a boat over with us, dude. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
You don't have to stay there.
You didn't have to.
It's technically Germany at this point. It's
Yeah,
not even Greece anymore.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. You got to get it the fuck out.
Come to Greek town. At least we own that.
We own that. We split with Guatemalans. They're winning.
We get it on the weekends.
Yeah. It's like Kanye's kids. We're splitting Greektown, Guatemalans. But in his situation, he was born there. He's like from there. Speaks Ukrainian. His family's there. He hears about this shit. Is there not a slight little impetus to be like, I gotta go back there and fucking help out, see what's going on? Or are you just gonna chill in Thailand eating pad thai and just be like, because I'm not judging either way. I'm just wondering what the thought process there. Because honestly, if I was in Thailand, I'd be like, I hope it all goes well. I'm one guy. I'm not gonna make a fucking difference.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't know if he'd be able to get back there right now.
He
So,
could
like,
fly on a fucking Russian fighter jet. Be like, so you're sure you want to bomb this place?
Army.
You're sure you want to bomb it? Yeah, just drop me off right here.
He'll become
Drop
a
the bomb off.
freelance spy. Infiltrate the Russian troops. Get into their air force.
The Spetsnaz, dude. Fucking Russians, dude. You gotta respect them. Who
Hey,
else is
man.
gonna hang off a fucking?
We've been making them
bridge.
the villain of these movies and video games for all these years.
We manifested it.
Yeah, now it's coming true.
How do you think they feel? How do you think they feel that every time we think of a crazy fucking person, we're thinking Russians?
How
The
many
craziest white
times
people.
Do you have to be called a monster until you become one?
Batman said that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Shouts out.
Shout out fucking Rufino Prosecco.
Rufino.
Shout out the STEM player. Shout out Donda 2.
Donda 2.
If you want to listen to Donda 2 in the Baltimore area, I'm charging $15 a play.
A stem.
Yeah, you get the drums,
Yeah.
nothing else.
Just strictly the synth line. Shouts out United Nations. Shouts out NATO.
Shout out Ukraine.
You already NATO. You already NATO. Shouts out Ukraine.
Yeah. At Eric Glazer, at Jimmy Selesky, at Sophomore MD.
That's the name, baby.
I think
Don't
I
wear it out.
got a plug this time.
No
for
fucking
once.
way. Exclusive.
Exclusive plug. I am gonna be at the Motor House on. Let me just open up Facebook by Meta Corporation.
Uh-oh. Mihai just texted me.
Whoa.
He said, hey, Slab, what's your address?
Whoa.
Do you think he's working for the Ukrainians or the Russians right now,
He's
dude?
probably sending you a wedding invite.
Oh. Or Anthrax.
Or Anthrax. Might be a sleeper agent. I'm
gonna
going to
say-
be at the Motor House March 5th, 2022 for the Art of Comedy X.
It's a Saturday, my friends.
No Picks After Dark podcast. Ivan's been putting on, or he's going to be putting on a series where it's like, part comedy show, part live podcast. So check that out. Tickets are $10. Doors 7:30, 8 p.m. showcase. And me and Liz are going to be on that, so come check that out. It'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Geez Louise. What do we got coming up for the people? Nothing this weekend, folks. I got a private event. You can't fucking go unless you are going, in which case I'll see you there. But next week, we're starting off the spring rotation. My first appearance at High Tops in a while. I'll be there Thursday.
Thawing out.
Thawing out. We're thawing out at High Tops. Thursday, March 3rd, 7 to 11. Very convenient time. Another convenient time slot, 7 to 11, Friday, March 4th. I'll be at the Valley Inn for my monthly appearance there, the first Friday of every month, 7 to 11 at the Valley Inn. And then Saturday, March 5th, during the daytime, which leaves the option open to go see your show.
Ooh.
I believe I'll be at Nacho Mama's. No, I know for a fact I'll be at Nacho Mama's in Towson from 4 to 7 on Saturday, March 5th. Preceding that will be a studio session with the band for our upcoming single, locking in some harmonies, some doubles, some piano. You're probably thinking, sophomore? A piano? Where you guys, the Fray? Maybe. Who fucking knows? Follow us on Instagram at SophomoreMD. Check us out on Spotify, and you'll fucking find out. All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
At LFTS podcast on everything. Like we said earlier, we got some new video juju going on, so
my
give
God.
it a little look.
You guys are going to be, I don't even, if
You're
you're
gonna
watching
be-
this, you already know what we're talking about. If you're not watching this, go watch it.
Yeah, if you're not watching this again, Maybe it's because the video encoder failed or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that could
we'll
be
see
true.
when we end this. We'll see if the video actually works.
There's a lot riding on this one click here. All right. Till next week, folks.
Peace.